Hey guys, today we will explore the concept of concatenation in Qlik. So, I have got the sample data set with 10 records, product ID, and different product names. Okay, let's explore the concatenate function with help of this data set. Okay, so I have this load script which is to pull data from these two columns. Now, let's imagine I have one more table, product table 2, with similar kind of metadata, right? Same column name, but let's assume the data is different or same, whatever, but the metadata is same and I have another table. So ideally, when I reload this, our expectation would be to see two tables, right? Two tables, and forming an association based on two columns. So there should be a synthetic key and there should be two tables in the data model, right? But instead, what we see here is a single table. Okay, but I could see the rows 20, but since it is all same, we are seeing only 10 over here, but the number of rows has become 20 clearly. So that means these two tables are kind of unioned together, right? So we call this as concatenate in Qlik, which is similar to the union in SQL. So so this is what concatenation is all about, and even though we have not explicitly mentioned anything over here, the functionality of concatenate has happened automatically. It's an implicit or auto concatenate, we would say. So what Qlik says is, it doesn't look for the table name, but it looks for the metadata and sees, okay, a similar table is already present, and this is also similar, so I'm going to append or union these two together. Whether I mention concatenate or not, it's going to auto concatenate by default, and it's going to return a single table. That is exactly has happened. Okay, let's place this concatenate and let's give a try. So ideally the result should be the same. Okay, so now let me rename one of the fields. Okay, so I'll rename this product ID as PID over here, and I'll retain the same over here. Let me quickly reload this. So now, since the column names are different, so we should see two tables, right? That's the ideal behavior. So we are having two tables linked on product because that's the common field now. So the point is, we have two tables associated and with 10 rows each. Now, even though the column names are different, if I still would like to concatenate, I can force Qlik to concatenate this. And that's something we call it as force concatenation. So I have to explicitly mention this concatenate keyword. Let me reload this. So even though the column names are different, it will union it. Okay, it will append these two tables. Okay, but this time you will see three columns. So the first 10 records is coming from the first table, the PID and product. The next set of 10 records is coming from the second table with product ID and product. So and that's the reason we see null over here and nulls over here. But overall we see 20 records, right? So even though the metadata is different, we are kind of forcing Qlik to concatenate these two tables. So we call this as force concatenation. But there is one more scenario where the metadata is same, so ideally Qlik will concatenate, but I don't want that behavior. I would instead want to override that, right? So I will say no concatenate. So I'm asking Qlik not to concatenate even though the metadata is same. So this will be helpful if I want to, let's say I have this original table, I want to take a copy of it, I want to do some transformation, I have to try something over here without disturbing the original table, right? Then I can go for no concatenate. So let me quickly reload this. So now we would see two tables with synthetic keys. Okay, so product and product two being retained separately. Okay, so because I have asked it not to concatenate, right? So it's no concatenate. So where this concatenate will help, right? So there are cases where we pull bulk list of excel files from a folder. For file names might be different, but the metadata might be the same. So we might be doing a bulk load of multiple excel files from a folder, where in such cases, right, you don't have to append it separately, or you have to do a union or merge later, right? As long as the metadata is same, and if you run a loop and you read multiple excel files, it's going to get concatenated, auto concatenated. Or if the metadata is different and if you still want to force it, you can still use the concatenate function and force it. So in such cases, concatenate will help us basically to append or union the tables. Hope you are clear with the concept of concatenation. Please do let me know in comments for any clarification. Thanks for watching.